Everybody, thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, they find themselves with a comparable win percentage to this time last year, but looking to make a push as this season continues. We'll be watching Dwight Howard patrolling the paint tonight. He's no longer the unquestioned best center in the NBA, but there are times, Shaq, where he can still be a dominant force.
Yeah, you know, he still has that physical advantage, Ernie, against 99% of the guys in the post. That's what I've been saying for a long time. And he does this every now and then, but that's what I've been saying for a long time. 28 and 10, I think he could do it. And every now and then.
Well, Superman is in the building. Okay,
don't you say it.
Okay, I thought he was.
Don't you say it. If you say it again, I'll reach across the table.
But his defense is still huge, and that also can win basketball games. And he has been a defensive stopper regardless of his offensive efforts. Superman is not in the building. He's over here sitting with us. That's Shaquille O'Neal.
Don't try to butter me up. You can't
That's
butter
it
up
for
this
now
biscuit.
as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K sports crew.
The home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. Here in Houston, it's another home game for the Rockets. You talk about a team and a roll, guys. This is quite a start they've had. 10 consecutive wins to start the season.
They have really hit the ground running this year. It's hard to imagine things coming together for them any better or quicker. They've been dominant in the early season.
Not the team you want to face right now. Never mind midseason form. They've been playing in championship form here early on.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Celtics. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. And it's Crowder in at the 3. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Howard. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Howard's got his team on the board to start the game for the Rockets.
Listen, James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA. Arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
Shot by Zeller, no good. Bradley against Lawson. Howard dishes to Maniunas. Got a piece of it. Houston moving it around. And there's the 3-second violation. And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Greg was just talking about. They had a stat which combined three-pointer made and three-point makes created with a pass. Harden was first, and Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful in terms of breaking down those analytics, but I tell you what, he does a great job of attacking and finding teammates for threes. I can put it simply that way.
Thomas with the ball, picked up by Maniunas. And the shot's good from Crowder.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Howard. Boy, was he something else against Dallas. Back to Lawson. Here's the 3. Sullinger with the rebound. Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
May have been the worst effort you'll see from them all season long. Even for a game they weren't supposed to win, it should not have been that bad.
Against a lesser team, that performance wouldn't have been good enough, but play that way against a good team, and you end up with an ugly result that they had.
And here's Ariza after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Maniunas, an easy 2 points on the layup. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. He said that they'd be focusing a lot of their defensive energies on containing Ty Lawson, especially in transition. He added, Lawson is one of the fastest players in the league. So if you let him get out and run, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. We've got to keep him in the half court and limit his penetration. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Moniunas passes to Howard. Ariza kicks to Harden. Back to Ariza. Shot clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. Harden's shot is off.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down the shot like that against that kind of defense.
And he gets it to go.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to see it.
Now here's Moniunas. First time out, he had 13 points.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Lee's checked in for Zeller.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
All alone, rips down the breakaway slam.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Now, here's Thomas. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
And how about how opportunistic he was defensively? Steal after steal for him in that game just shows the quickness of his hands and anticipation.
And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
Here is Lawson after Jared Sullinger's bucket. Pass to Moniunas. There's the dish to Harden. Harden draws the double to the paint. Here's Moniunas, and he goes in for the dunk.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The Celtics have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. And Thomas, here we go, wide open. Shot by Crowder, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Harden. Second chance shot, and Howard with the layup. Howard's got 11 points.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now here's Sullinger. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder at Oklahoma City. Houston moving the ball around. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
And that's going to be a travel. Well, the Celtics making a switch here. Turner's checked in. Rockets lead by 7. Lawson outside. And Jared Sullinger picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Johnson, he's checked in for Boston. Harden dishes to Moniunas. Howard Gets to Ariza. Back to Howard. Shot clock at 5. Rebound by Lee. Celtics trail by 7. Here's Turner, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And Evan Turner's one of those guys. He just gives you a little bit of everything. I mean, he can play multiple positions, handles the ball, he can pass it, shoot it. Kind of a Swiss Army jackknife who uses multiple tools to his advantage.
Both free throws good from Turner. Well, Greg, for Evan Turner, the one area where he can still develop in a big way is with the jump shot. Clark, 28% from 3 last season. Really is not going to make it.
Yeah, that's been the one stain on his game, with lack of that deep shooting ability, but everything else he can do. He can handle, he passes, he rebounds, but to be an elite player, he's got to be able to knock down that 3-ball better.
Now here's Howard. 11 points in the game. Puts up the baby hook. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead, Greg.
Here's Bradley. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Lee outside. And here's Johnson outside. And it's the Rockets on the break. Throws it up high. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here's Bradley, following the basket by Dwight Howard. Ariza against Thomas. Deflects the pass. Watson the pass to Harden. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen, a double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch, that's painful.
Here's Bradley. The Rockets making the shot. There's the pass to Thomas. Inside, here's Johnson. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Now, here is Watson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. On Unis, no luck. Celtics trail by 9. Thomas with the ball. Now Watson defending. Watson against Bradley. Back to Thomas. Johnson the screen. Johnson sets the screen for Bradley. This one for 3. Can't hit. Good D by Ariza. Rockets leading by 9. Back to Harden. Thomas with the ball. 5 points in the game. Lee, that's good.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot more offense from the interior today.
Boston making some changes. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Lee, and Smart subbed in for Bradley. For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against Dallas.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Boston with the ball, following the score by Houston. Outside Turner. Kicks it to Johnson. And he slams it one-handed.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg just with the doctor ordered us some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Here's Capella. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Brewer pushes to Jones. Houston moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. And Brewer gets to Ariza. Lets it go from deep.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here. What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they brought that comes into play.
Olynyk can't hit.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Beverly, the pass to Ariza. Down low. Here's Brewer. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. On the wing, Johnson, defended by Jones, and stolen by Ariza.
I don't know what's going on with them so far, but already that's 3 turnovers.
They're going to dig quite a hole for themselves if they don't take better care of the basketball.
Now here's Beverly. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. 6 to shoot. Tapella. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Here's Beverly. The shot no good. Good D by Johnson. Celtics trail by 11. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. And Thomas, here we go. Here's Olynyk. Rockets with the rebound. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Yeah, exactly. An interconference matchup here. Not a lot of familiarity, but I wouldn't say they caught them off guard. There's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other team was watching.
Now here's Smart. D right on him. Outside Thomas. Shot off the screen. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldog.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks busting in stock price.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his 2nd season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. McDaniels is out there with Terry, and it's Decker in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And the Rockets making a change here. Harrell's checked in. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
Celtics trail by 11. Thomas dishes to Lee. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lee. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lee's got 6.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Shot by Terry, no good. Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Thomas kicks to Bradley. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down, Greg. He started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Terry kicks to Decker. He dishes it to Harrell. And some nice passing there by Houston. Decker gets the bucket.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Here's Thomas. He has 5.
You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
Back to Howard. Kicks it out to Terry. It's stolen by Bradley. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Bradley's got his second basket of the night.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit.
Thomas passes to Bradley. Lee outside. He kicks it to Zeller. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bradley. That one off the back iron and out.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Dishes to Howard. Here's McDaniels. A 17-point game for him in the win against Dallas. Howard kicks to Harrell. It's stolen by Bradley. Thomas with the ball. Guarded now by Jason Terry. Terry against Thomas. Here's Lee. Got a piece of it.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and L.A. that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Brad Stevens had some words for his team over the break. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through Zeller. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. That's good. And it's 6 points for Ty Lawson. And it seems, Greg, that, as he was just talking moments ago about Howard finding his niche in Houston, it seems he's more comfortable. Certainly a great legacy of terrific big men for the Rockets. Clark, you know that firsthand. They've had some terrific names over the years.
How about Yao Ming, Kevin? Moses Malone, Elvin Hayes, Hakeem Olajuwon. No greater roster of big men than that one there.
Here's Harden. Got a piece of it. It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Lawson at the elbow. He feeds it to McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Sullinger. Outside Thomas. Misses the 3.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And the dunk by Zeller.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Thomas dishes to Zeller. No luck. Good D by Howard. Rockets leading by 12. Lawson kicks to McDaniels. Back to Lawson. Passes to Harrell. Houston moving it around. The feed to McDaniels. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Lawson. Zeller grabs the board.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Thomas kicks to Sullinger. Thomas goes in, and he makes good on the layup. Thomas got 7.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Montiunas is checked in for Harrell. And a change for the Celtics. Sparks check in. Howard, that's good.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Smart kicks to Zeller. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Dwight Howard.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Capella's checked in, and Corey Brewer's subbed in for KJ McDaniels.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Celtics trail by 13. Now here's Smart. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside Bradley. The baseline J. It's deflected.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Ty Lawson. The Celtics also changing it up. Johnson comes in for Zeller. And Turner's subbed in for Bradley. And it's Capella missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Johnson sets the screen for Sullinger. Feeds it to Johnson. All alone. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Now Beverly. On the wing, Brewer. Back to Beverly, to the paint. Capella, the pass to Brewer. Pass to Harden. Oh! And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now.
Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Everly with the ball. Picked up by Turner. Now here's Smart. He's guarded closely. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I thought they did a better job of getting it inside in the first. I mean, they were conscious of throwing that ball in the paint and attacking the rim.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Jones checked in for Montezumas, and Trevor Ariza has subbed in for James Harden. Olenek is checked in for the Celtics. For Houston, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Now here's Smart, covered by Brewer. Smart kicks to Crowder. Boston, no good that time either.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
And Turner kicks to Smart. They set the pick. There's the dish to Olenek. Smart wide open, he fires. Can't hit. The Rockets go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Capella kicks to Ariza. Pass to Beverly. Takes the 3. And another 3 for Houston.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And Turner the bucket on the assist from Smart.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Capella. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Rockets lead by 19.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And it's Turner off the drive. Off with the layup.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Good. Brewer's got 13.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Turner dishes to Johnson. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Ariza kicks to Jones. It's deflected. Smart passes to Turner. The pass to Olenek. Shoots from the baseline. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that's a big...
And through the first half, a pretty lump.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A big night so far for Dwight Howard. He had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 steal. He put last game's performance behind him, doing some nice work in the opening period tonight. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, first of all, Ernie, they were atrocious on the boards. Getting tough on the glass has got to be the first thing they address. There is no way they can come back into the game unless they show more fight in the paint. If not, Ernie, they're going to be barbecue chicken.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
On the floor for Boston, Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. And it's Crowder in at the 3 slot. Here's Howard. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Howard's got 23.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And Sullinger kicks to Crowder. Sullinger the screen. Sullinger a screen on Ariza. Outside for Sullinger. Moniunas with the steal. Moving it up. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Thomas goes in, and it's sent back by Howard. And Ariza with the stop.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Thomas dishes to Zeller. Boston, no good that time either. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
And it's Ariza in the corner.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Sullinger the screen. Here's Crowder, and it's sent back by Howard.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
And Thomas, here we go. Over to the left wing. Zeller, a screen on Harden. Just 4 to shoot. Out of hand on it.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Kicks it to Moniunas. Crowder with the steal. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Ariza. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists in the game.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
The Celtics have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Thomas passes to Bradley. Boston again missing. And here's Houston. They've got an 8-0 run. Ariza kicks to Moniunas. Rebound, Boston.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Crowder kicks to Thomas. Shoots the three. Bradley, no one around him. Boston again missing. And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt him inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Decker's checked in for the Rockets.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Rocket 6. Three-pointer. Shot is off, and it's Boston the other way. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. He dishes it to Thomas. He kicks to Lee. Shoots from the right block. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Lee's got 8 points. Houston leading by 21. Dishes it to Moniunas. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. KJ McDaniels comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Ty Lawson. And it's good. 6 points for Sam Decker.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harrell's checked in. Boston shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Now, here's Thomas. Not a lot of room. And the foul on Jason Terry. That's his first foul. And the Celtics with possession here. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him. Bradley with the ball, and Terry picks him up defensively. Bradley dishes to Lee, and it's blocked. Pushing it up. Here's McDaniels, and Houston again with the bucket. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Rockets.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Again, the miss by Lee.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
McDaniels kicks to Howard. Decker passes to McDaniels. Decker dishes to Harrell. 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. No good with the triple. Outside Thomas. A 3 ball. And the shot is good. Thomas got 10 points in the game.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Kicks it out to Terry. He feeds it to McDaniels. Some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Decker. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Picked by Zeller. Bradley against Terry. The feed to Lee. And Zeller kicks to Crowder. Off target with his three.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Howard, the pass to Terry. Feeds it to Harrell. Fires from deep. And it's Terry again missing.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Jones comes in for Harrell. Brewer is checked in for Decker. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. The Celtics also changing it up. Johnson, he's checked in for Lee. Turner comes in for Jay Crowder. And Smart subbed in for Isaiah Thomas.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
Smart dishes to Zeller. Smart puts the pick in for Zeller. Olynyk is checked in for Tyler Zeller.
Checking in for the Celtics, Kelly Olynyk.
Here's Olynyk, and Jones sends it back. They get it back. Here's McDaniels, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficient.
The Celtics really seem to get better as last season wore on, too. GA finished the year looking very dangerous.
Kevin, with the Celtics, they were dynamite after the All-Star break. Had the second best record in the Eastern Conference post-All-Star.
The Celtics have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad. You know, one of the big things for the Celtics after the All-Star break was they played smarter. I mean, they went from the middle of the pack in terms of turnovers to a team that rarely made mistakes.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Yeah, that's a good point about the Celtics and their turnovers. Last year, after the All-Star break, they were 4th in the league in limiting their mistakes. They played well beyond their years down the stretch.
The Celtics making a switch here. Sullinger's checked in. And here's Beverly. Lets it go from 11. Here's Capella. Rebounded by Smart. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And Olynyk kicks to Bradley. Jumper off the screen, and he connects with the jumper. Bradley's got 13.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Capella, and he slams it one-handed.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Smart kicks to Sullinger. It's Bradley on the wing. Sullinger the screen. Off the pick. And too long on the shot.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even consider taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And the Celtics making a change here. Lee's checked in. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Jones. It's stolen by Bradley. Knocked loose. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bradley's got 15.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
And, you know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. And Beverly kicks to Brewer. Here's the three. He just cannot miss. 8 up, 8 in. Flawless.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Here's Turner. Misses off the right iron.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it, and credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
Smart kicks to Turner. They set the pick. Passes it to Olynyk. Takes it from 10. It's rebounded by Houston. 24 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Jones. That jam! Beautiful.
That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent.
Sure is.
And guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Bradley and Jones sends it back. And they're pushing it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game. And
Let's take them back.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Rockets shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Terry and Harden are the 1 and 2. Terrence Jones out there with Harrell, and it's Decker in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And it's Terry at the elbow. Tries from the block, and that one's good. Terry's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Rockets. And Boston has possession. Pass to Smart.
Well, you know, we're far enough away from the 2013 draft that we can start to get a feel for just how strong it was. I mean, initial feeling was it was a weak draft, but there have been some gems coming out of it of late.
Terry the pass to Harrell. And it's Houston with another.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Harden with it. Picked up by Turner. Harden dishes to Decker. Back to Harden. Clock at 6.
Good. He is scorching the D, exploding offensively.
Well, you know when you're in that kind of a zone, trust me, he knows he's in the zone right now.
And Olynyk kicks to Smart. And Jones over to help. Out to Turner. The tray. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Harrell's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. It's Harden with the drive. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Here's Rozier. Fires for three. They get it back. And the basket by Olynyk.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Harden the pass to Harrell. There's the dish to Turner. Corner shot. Again, the miss by Turner.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Decker kicks to Jones. And Houston again with the bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
That's good.
And guys, more and more, you know, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court. Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half, giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely. How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Houston making a switch. Moniunas is checked in. Perry Jones, he's checked in for Boston. Thomas comes in for Smart. Pass to Thomas. Kicks to Urebko. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And speaking of more space for the players, there's even been talk of widening the court. What do you think of that, Clark?
You know, players have gotten bigger and more athletic, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe widening the lane a bit. I know the owners with those front row seats raking in that cash might not want to expand the court.
Here's Harden. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
We've seen James Harden playing a good game here. 16 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Here's the screen. And Thomas, here we go. Left block shot on the way. Boston, no good that time either.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
The pass to Moniunas. That's tipped and stolen by Thomas. Celtics passing it around. Shoots from 12. And Olynyk gets it to go on the assist by Urebko. And it's 8 points for Kelly Olynyk. The Rockets have gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. Terry kicks to Harden. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Double team on Thomas. Here's Urebko. And the rejection by Harden. On the wing, Harden for 3. And another 3 for Houston.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Thomas kicks to Urebko. Outside, Jones.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, he would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. Here's Thomas. It's rebounded by Houston.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the 2nd round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that #1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the second round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
Moniutis in the post. Olynyk is covering. Moniutis' shot is good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
No luck. And Houston the other way now. Terry with it. McDaniels passes to Harrell. Decker kicks to Harrell. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Now here's Thomas. To the inside. Jones. And it's blocked. And here comes the break. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Dishes it to Thomas. There's the three, and that one's good.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second three of the half right there.
And the wide open shot from Decker. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. And KJ McDaniels gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Howard's checked in for the Rockets. Houston's gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To the paint, the call will go against Jerebko. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Turner's checked in for Boston. On defense, the Celtics. Now Harrell. Here's McDaniels. Another miss by Houston. And here is Turner. Takes a three. There's the screen. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. 9 points for Evan Turner.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Three-pointer. A shot by McDaniels. No good. Boston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Thomas. Outside Turner. The three. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Jones. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. And for Houston, they're shooting the lights out in this building. 68% from the field. That's good from Howard, and the assist by Decker. And now it's up to 25 points for Howard.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Now here's Decker. Turner covering. Decker with it. A baseline J. Wow, way off on that one. Thomas kicks to Smart. Back to Thomas.
Well, Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success. I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring, but pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Bounces high off the rim and drops. Thomas got 5 points now in the quarter. You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean, I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams and their playing experience, part of their preparation for being coaches.
He dishes it to Olynyk. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Dwight Howard. And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
And Bradley gets it to go.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Here's Harden. It's deflected. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Rozier the pass to Turner. He kicks it to Uretko. There's the pick. He feeds it to Bradley. Off the pick. The rebound by Harden. Here's Decker. Off target with that shot. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what a terrific performance, both scoring and rebounding the basketball. What enabled you to have such a major impact tonight?
Just thank God, you know, that I'm healthy and I'm able to do all the things I can do on the floor because of him. So my objective tonight was just to come out and win.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Dwight Howard, just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. What are your thoughts, Shaq?
Well, his ability to get into the paint and get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.